excited to go first with this first name. In the course of history, it's always the leaders that you remember, those individuals who had the courage to go first, whether as an adventuring explorer, exploring new territory, or in our case, signing up to be one of our first distributors, certainly one of our first great leaders. This woman set the standard for everyone because she demanded excellence, and I mean demanded, in both the products and in our support to the distributor force. Please welcome the most successful woman in network marketing history, Clara McDermott.
15 years ago, when we had less than 1,000 distributors in a conference, Blake Roney called on the leadership, and I'm sure many of you remember that, and he gave us the most difficult task, which was to come on stage and speak for 2 minutes. Can you imagine this group of leaders being able to speak for 2 minutes? Well, that is our task tonight. And so after following someone like the mayor of New York, why the task is even greater. But I would like to share with you tonight the same story that happened in my life 15 years ago when I came up on the stage for that 2 minutes. And I don't know if you remember that story, but it had just taken place when this convention took place. We had just installed a beautiful new, complete everything you can imagine stereo in our home, with the laser discs, the CDs, the music, so many things I didn't even know what it was. We had at least 12 remotes on the coffee table. I'm not exactly gifted in that area. My husband is very good at it, and he had tried to explain it to me. I said, "You're going to have to write it down so I can do it step by step if you're not here." Anyway, I had a granddaughter who was just turning 5, and she was all excited about this new stereo equipment. And she said to me, "Grandma, for my birthday, can I come and have a sleepover with you and watch one of the laser movies?" I said, "That would be wonderful. We will plan on that. We will have refreshments. We will do the whole thing." And this little girl was 5 years old, very bright. And what happened was we got all ready. She got in her pajamas, I got in mine. We got our treats lined out, and I had my book of instructions. Push this, push that, push this, push that, and it was supposed to magically come on and we could sit there and enjoy this laser movie. Well, I pushed this and I pushed that and I pushed this and I pushed that. Nothing happened. And I thought, oh no, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Well, I'll start over. So I started over, and I pushed this, and I pushed that, and I pushed this. I read the instructions that Jim had left me and went through that all the way through, and I thought, what am I going to do? This is not working. I cannot disappoint this very most important person in my life. What am I going to do? I'm saying to myself. And then the thing that happened was I kept trying, but the intensity that I was feeling was coming through my body. And as I tried a third time to get through the system, to get it to come on, I was just getting ready to turn to her and say, and she said, "Grandma, don't give up." My gosh, what am I going to do? I can't give up. I can't give up. What am I going to do? And so I said, well, I'll go back again. I'll try again. I'll start over. So I went through the whole process again. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, Step 4, 12 deals. By now I'm starting to get them mixed up. I don't know if I've got the same things with the same what have you. I am getting so confused and so frustrated. I want this so bad I can hardly stand it for her. And so I go through it again and again, and I get to the end, and I think, and while I'm doing this, I'm thinking, how am I going to tell her? How can I let her down? And so I'm just getting ready to say, we're going to have to do, and she said, "Grandma, don't give up." What am I going to do? That's twice. So I start over again. And I go through it, and I go through it. Where is Jim when I need him? Where is my son Blake, who knows this stuff? They're at the jazz game. Who do I call? It's at night. Not a thing. What can I do? I try again. I go through everything. I read it. I test it. I go through it. I go through it, and I think, I've got to tell her this time. There's no way out of this. And just as I got ready, again, Grandma, don't give up. 3 times. And so I thought, one more time, that'll give me time to really figure out what I'm going to say. And so I started in again, and this time I decided to at least look and see if things maybe were plugged in all over the place that was running everywhere. And lo and behold, there was one cord that was unplugged. And I plugged that in, and what do you know? It came on, and it worked. And she said, Grandma, I told you, don't give up. And I would like that girl, that granddaughter who is here tonight, Jessica, to stand up, as she is now a freshman in college, and she is the most beautiful girl in the world. Would you stand up, Jessica? Are you here? Where is she? Is she here, Jessica? She's up there somewhere, with a boyfriend, I might add. And so my advice to all of you, and I'm thrilled to have 10 of my grandchildren here this evening, all in college now, 4, 5 of them doing the business. And my husband is home taking care of the BYU soccer team as they go through with Scott's girl, Bobby, and Joyce's kids and Nathan's kids as they're away from home. He is entertaining them and making sure that the dogs and the cats and everyone is taken care of. And so my advice to you is commit, but don't give up. Thank you.
Please welcome President and Chief Executive Officer Truman Hunt.